Nobody kills Kakarot while I'm around. Destiny has reserved that pleasure for me.
All right. Welcome to another edition of the Current Era Podcast. Happy Friday, guys. I'm your host, Julian, and today we have a very special episode for you. I have Bright and Joc on, two very old friends from high school. They came on the pod with me today to talk about some Dragon Ball, some Dragon Ball Z, some Dragon Ball Super. All three of us are huge fans of the series. We had a fantastic conversation, great time talking about Dragon Ball. We don't discuss the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie because it's still relatively new, so we didn't want to provide any spoilers to it. But we did deep dive into Dragon Ball Z as well as Dragon Ball Super. I do want to let you know, though, guys, my podcast is available on all platforms. So Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. And it would also really help me if you guys decided to subscribe and leave a review. Please write a review on the podcast page or, wherever you listen, so we can know how we're doing. Also, I have a Instagram account set up, Jules. That account is JOUL3S. Please follow me on Instagram at Jules, JOUL3S. I am in the works of getting a podcast page solely for my podcast. I just don't have it put up yet. But you can follow me for now on the Instagram account, Jules. Also, I do have an email address set up, and that email is currenterapod@yahoo.com. Again, that email is currenterapod@yahoo.com. So if you have any questions about the podcast, if you want a topic to discuss, please shoot me an email, guys. I'll be more than happy to read all your emails and interact with you. That's what I want. I want to make this podcast as interactive as possible. As I stated earlier, I do want to just give you a brief spoiler warning. If you haven't seen all of Dragon Ball Super, this is your spoiler warning now. We are going to talk about everything from the introduction, Battle of the Gods, to the Resurrection F. And we're kind of going to stop right before the Tournament of Power, but we do get into some Tournament of Power things. So again, if you haven't seen it, guys, spoiler warning. And that's it, man. Let's go ahead and get to the episode. Please enjoy. Welcome to another edition of the Current Era Podcast. I'm your host, Julian, and today I have two special guests on to help me talk about Dragon Ball Super. I have two very old friends, Joc and Bright. And fellas, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. This water just gave me some life, man.
I'm also all right. It's a great day.
Yeah, I agree. Great day to talk about some Dragon Ball. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, fellas. So the first thing on the agenda for me is actually learning how you guys got introduced to the series, because my experience was totally different than everyone's that I know. Mm-hmm. So, Joc, I'll start with you, man. When did you first start watching Dragon Ball?
Man, when I first started watching it, it was probably right after the Saiyan saga, when they was on planet Namek.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when he was fighting Frieza, I was watching it. I don't remember what age I was, but when I saw it, I was like, okay, yo, they're going crazy. I seen it with the hands and everything. But then, the first episode I seen, to be honest with you, was when Frieza killed
Krillin?
Yeah. And
Wow.
then Goku turned Super Saiyan.
That was
and
the
I
first
was
episode?
like, really? I ain't gonna say that the first episode. It was the episode before that. I had saw that and I was like, okay, it's interesting. And then when I seen Krillin die, I was like, dang. Mm-hmm. And then next thing I know, that's when Goku went Super Saiyan, and I was instantly hooked, man.
Okay,
right
Bright,
after that.
what about you, Bright?
Mine was a little bit later because I was watching it during the Android saga, and it was also off of some Planet Namek mess when you got Piccolo fighting Android 17,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like,
Great fight.
okay, I see what they talking about. You know what I mean? I see what the hype is all about. And then after that, I went back into the series, watched it over again, and that was also, I was just like, I see what all the hype is about.
Yeah.
You know.
So for me, it's funny you guys say that. Both of you guys were fights or big moments in the series. Mine was like totally random. I was like just flipping through the channels trying to find something to watch, and of course you landed on Toonami, and I like the first thing I saw was Trunks and Vegeta getting out of the hyperbolic time chamber when they were going to fight Cell. And for some reason, watching these huge dudes with this battle armor getting ready to go fight, I was like, okay, I have to keep watching this because I have to see what's about to happen. Yeah. And then, I went back and watched the entire thing. But it's so weird that that's like the first thing that I remember because it wasn't a fight. It wasn't a transformation. They're just literally just walking out of I didn't even know what it was, but the hyperbolic time chamber. Mm-hmm. But crazy
just
stuff.
Got done training,
Yeah,
I get it.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Like, they went through some things.
And you know what's crazy about the hyperbolic time chamber? What made it so crazy? It was the fact, like when they said you can go in there for like how long? It said like
a day.
A day, yeah, and it felt like you trained for a year. Mm-hmm. I was just amazed, like how did they do that? How did they make that happen? So it's just questions like that got me hooked on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about some of your earliest memories of it. Do you have like a favorite saga, like a go-to saga?
Out of all of them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mine's definitely the Android. I don't know because it was like I like that Vegeta can get some shine. So anything like where something crucial, like when Vegeta actually went Super Saiyan and then he took down 19. Spoiler alert for anybody who doesn't know.
Oh, please.
It was lit, Dude was really just playing with him. Like, hey, how my boot taste?
Mm-hmm. Really?
That might come back later, Bright. I have a little session at the end, and that just may pop up. What about you, Joc? What's like your favorite saga?
Man, out of all of them, okay, I got two.
Okay.
Because the first one got like Bryce said, the Cell saga, man. Mm-hmm. Around the Android, right after Android, Cell saga, because Gohan got some shine.
Finally.
And everybody's like heartbroken that Gohan is not as strong as he once was, though. But yo, when he killed Cell, he gave it. And he was the first one to go Super Saiyan 2 out of everybody, even over his father.
Yeah.
So I like that. And also, my other favorite one gotta be in Super, the Tournament of Power, man. Cause Jiren, all the whole battle in general, like how they had everything set up, I just felt like everybody was in awe. Like even the characters on the show, mouth drop, eyes wide open, and they showed mad respect to all the heroes who fought in there in Universe 7, no matter who it was. Even Curlin, and I'm not really a big fan of Curlin, but I mean, even Curlin, they gave us some respect. Even with Master Roshi too, all that, man. So the Tournament of Power, I feel like that touched me deep, man.
Most definitely. Yeah, Tournament of Power is fantastic. As far as sagas go.
Yeah.
It's hard to say my favorite. I think when I always go back and watch, especially Dragon Ball Z, it's always that Ginyu saga to the Frieza saga. It's just some great stuff in there. Goku getting out of the chamber, finally going to fight Frieza, throwing the Spirit Bomb, turning Super Saiyan. Just a lot of fantastic stuff. But so Bright, as far as the series go as a whole, who are some of your favorite characters that you like to watch?
I do really like watching Goku for his... it's just the main character thing. Everybody's got some lenience towards the main character. But his brashness in the fight, that's also nice. And his barbaricness of it. While you got his counterpart, Vegeta, in a serious and tactician way, he'll break you down. But our favorite character-wise is probably going to be a fusion.
Oh wow!
Just because then you get the mashup of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's Vegeta or it's Gogeta, you know what I'm saying?
No Gotenks love.
No, Gotenks get some loves too, but it's just he still got baby when you saw him in the Super. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You remember it? Pat, pat, pat. Go sit down.
Funny.
Grown folks are talking, you know, so it's also that, you know. But yeah, I'd say my favorite characters are probably just going to be the fusion, the mashup of the two characters.
What about you, Joc?
Okay, man. First off, everybody know if you're not a fan of Goku, man, you're not no true Dragon Ball fan.
Right.
Because Goku, he surpasses the odds. And that just, you could apply that to real life. Like, he showed you that anything is possible. So that's why I always got respect for Goku. And my other favorite one, Gohan too. But I had said Gohan in a certain time period. Like, when he was
Gohan,
good? Yeah.
What you mean?
Like, okay.
Shined out in the tournament.
Like, Teen Gohan, okay. But I really like Adult Gohan in the Buu Saga.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just the fact, man, like, they know him as the Golden Warrior. You feel me? And then my favorite transformation out of all of Dragon Ball it's gotta be when he went Super Saiyan 2 in the tournament.
Hey, that was lit. Yeah. That was lit.
Like,
I absolutely agree with you.
It get me higher. I want to get up and transform. You feel me? Like, yo, you can't touch me.
See, it's real funny you bring that up because that for me, I remember the thing the most is when the tiles of the tournament were starting to float up. Yes, and when he transformed, they just fell back down perfectly.
Yeah,
that was lit. Yeah,
and then that theme song he had in the back for that transformation, probably one of the best theme songs, like any transformation song that was on the show. But also, actually, you know what? Scratch the names I just said.
I was about to say, man.
Scratch the names I just said. I got two guys. All right.
Okay.
Number one, gotta give it up to the OG. If it wasn't for him, none of this would have started out. Was Bardock.
Wow,
Bardock, man.
Okay.
Cause you gotta think about it, man. He the one who let Goku send him to Earth. So just because of him doing that, the whole Saiyan race was exterminated, except that one. And that one just made the whole show. Whether it was Dragon Ball Z, Super, GT, Dragon Ball Heroes. Without Bardock, there was never gonna be him.
Okay.
And number two, gotta be Hit, man. Gotta be Hit, man.
Yo, Hit is a beast. He's probably one of my newer favorite characters from the Super series. Yeah, but yeah, Hit is just a beast.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later, man. I got some more to say on Hit.
But yes, some of my favorite characters are. It's always been the same for me. Future Trunks has always been a real favorite of mine. I mean, I remember his character introduction. I would put his character introduction up against any anime series introduction for a character. It's just awesome. Like, dude came in. I mean, and mind you, guys, this was when Super Saiyan wasn't dime a dozen. Nobody could go Super Saiyan besides Goku at this point in time. Yeah. Nobody could be Frieza. Frieza was the baddest man on the planet, quote unquote. So Frieza comes down. This weird, mysterious kid comes around. All of a sudden, he's just like, you're about to find out what it's like to fight a real Super Saiyan. Yeah. The rest is history. But yeah. So let's go ahead and get into Super, man. So Super was announced as a series in 2015. This was maybe 20 or so years after Z, GT, everything was over. There hadn't been a new series for decades. What was your initial reaction to Dragon Ball Super? And I'll let you start, Joc.
Christmas.
True.
That's all I can say, man. Like, one of the best Christmas presents ever, because Dragon Ball was a big part of my childhood, anybody's childhood.
Right.
And when it comes to anime, I feel like Dragon Ball in general, any form of it, it was what made anime pop, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I just say Christmas, man.
What about you, Bright?
Me, I was definitely excited. Like,
jeez, y'all made me feel like a pessimist. Okay,
no, it was like, because I remembered how I first watched it in my house. I got blessed with a movie, and I sat there, and it was the Return of Cooler, Metal Cooler. You know what I'm saying?
Metal Cooler.
And
oh wow.
You see Goku and Vegeta charging up, and low key, if you had watched that as a kid, you might have started charging up too. So I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
So I'm at work, and I get the news, and I'm just like, oh.
Right.
nobody's gonna bring me down today. We got Super coming back.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. So I mean, both of you guys had like positive reactions. I'll admit, when I first heard it, I was like, "Why?" And because and yeah, it's because I'm of that mindset. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. Like why mess up a good thing?
Word.
I thought the original Dragon Ball Z that Toriyama wrote was fine. Like I thought it was great by itself. I didn't think that there needed to be more. But in the day and age of,
I want to add to what you said. Like, I felt that way. I felt that way too a little bit until I started seeing little trailers. Only reason was because how GT came and then they tried to remake Dragon Ball Z Kai, but they cut out all the main parts of Dragon Ball Z. I felt that way too, but I gave it a chance though.
Yeah, and so let's go ahead and talk about Battle of the Gods. So Battle of the Gods was actually a movie first. It wasn't into the anime yet. They made it as a standalone movie. And when they made this movie, I was just like, who is this purple cat guy and why is this white dude following him around? Like I was so against it. And then I actually sat down and I watched the movie. I was like, okay. I'm back. I'm home. This is fantastic. But what do you guys think of Battle of the Gods?
Like I said, I liked it because it showed that these cats thought, oh, they were the baddest things walking around, and here comes dude, and he's just looking for a snack. And the one man he's expecting not to have it is Majin Buu, and then now this whole mess is going on, and it's just like, this is an average light. This is Dragon Ball Z. Okay, look. And then everybody got sat down. Like I said before, it was.
Did you have any like? Were you hesitant because Beerus was so powerful? I mean, Super Saiyan 3 Goku full power beat him with a finger. Like.
No, because that's Dragon Ball Z. Goku's gonna get his win. Like I said, Goku's gonna get his win.
But he didn't win.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It really was
at
a
the end
draw.
of the day, he did. Because in Goku's mindset, he always wants to train and be able to get to a higher point. You know what I'm saying? If he sees the pinnacle, he's just like, okay, that's the new goal. So he shines for that.
Sure.
And he does normally get it. You know what I'm saying? And when he does get it, that is the victory.
Yeah.
So, but I did like seeing it all together. It was still Dragon Ball at the end of the day. And I love that it came back.
What about you, Joc? Did you like Battle of the Gods?
Okay, to be honest, man, Battle of the Gods was good. I just didn't like the fact that that ceremony that made Goku go Super Saiyan God. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I didn't like that. Just like how Goku said, man. Like,
You want him to get the power on his own.
yeah, like, train, like, ain't nothing better than a transformation. Like, seeing that, I was just like, oh, they gave him, they spoon-fed it to him. You feel me? But I did like Beerus showing a little thing of Ultra Instinct with the chopsticks.
So, and just to piggyback on your point about the transformations, so it's kind of weird. And I didn't really notice until you just brought that up, but we didn't see Goku train to transform into Super Saiyan God. We didn't see him train to transform into Super Saiyan Blue. Both of them kind of just happened. But I think they did that to show Ultra Instinct. Like, because, I mean, it was a battle for him to get that and master it. So, I mean, maybe that's why they did it. I don't know.
But they did kind of show a little hint of them training to get Super Saiyan Blue.
They did.
Like, you remember when they trained with Whis?
Right.
And that one time when they connected, when Goku and Vegeta connected.
The little flashes of blue.
Flashes of blue.
Yeah.
I like how they did that, how that played out.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And so in Battle of the Gods, they essentially brought back every character, except they were just useless. Like Gohan was in a green jumpsuit for some reason. Piccolo was pointless. Like Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, just filler. How did you guys feel about your beloved Dragon Ball characters being relegated to just filler? Because I mean, at this point, the series is not out. It's only Battle of the Gods, so it looks like it's just a Goku show. Because even Vegeta was nothing. I mean, he had the little moment with, why'd you do that to my Bulma? But other than that, he was relegated to watching on the sidelines too. So how do you guys feel about them making everybody look just nothing and giving Goku all the shine as always?
Well, that was That was one of those moments when you see it's just a reminder for the team, like, you get too comfortable, you know, you could get smacked, and that's exactly what happened. You see, what was it? Like I brought up before with Gotenks.
Yeah.
He got sunned.
Yeah.
And my man was already doing worse, like Josh said, with the chopsticks. So it's just like...
Like, come on. He put Piccolo to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, quick pressure points. You didn't think you had those? There it is.
Right.
I'm on to the next.
Eyes went white.
What was he fighting over? Some pudding.
Yes,
Yeah, pudding.
Who started it?
That's wild. You just got bodied and your whole team for some pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the next film is Resurrection F. This one was one that I was really excited for because they were bringing back Frieza. I'm a huge Frieza fan. Like I said, that's one of my favorite sagas. And then they have a new transformation, Super Saiyan Blue. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the previews for Resurrection F, they made it look like Vegeta was going to get some redemption because, obviously the story is Vegeta had his homeworld destroyed. Vegeta was a servant to Frieza. Vegeta always wanted to kill Frieza, always. And he never really got the chance. So in the previews, they kind of made it seem like that was going to happen. And then we saw the movie and it didn't. But what are your thoughts on Resurrection F? Did you guys like it?
Resurrection F, it was okay. It was better than Battle of the Gods to me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Because like I said, well, one thing I didn't like, and I didn't even peep it until now, is the fact that, so the Battle of Gods, they did all that so Goku can go Super Saiyan God, but in Resurrection F, where it at though?
Well, he needed a new form, apparently.
But why skip over that far? Because, every Dragon Ball movie or any show, if Goku fighting a tough opponent, he going to go through all forms. Mm-hmm. All forms, you feel me? But he ain't used Super Saiyan God. But, Resurrection F was cool. Frieza, I like Frieza. He's not one of my favorite villains. Mm-hmm. But... it was good to see him back, you feel me? Came back with a new form, came back with vengeance. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you lost to some monkeys.
Again.
Yeah, man.
What about you, Bright?
Resurrection F, it was funny that Vegeta did get a little bit of shine. Mm-hmm. And that was good to see because he did quickly punish Frieza.
I wanted him to kill Frieza.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted.
But that's Vegeta's flaw. Is like he gets too cocky, comfortable. When he does, there shows the mistake, and Frieza already knew that, so he said, "Boom, there goes the Earth. Boom, that's the cost of the mistake." And I was just like, "Okay." So, I saw it going a different way.
Right.
I thought it was just going to be a quick battle over, randomly Kamehameha. That's it. Goes Frieza. And it still did happen like that, but it was better to know that, I guess, that the cost was them seeing everybody gone just like that. Yeah. Keep playing with Frieza, he's going to do what he said, you know what I mean? So it showed the aspect of a good villain and why they had to train hard.
I don't know why they be doing that to Vegeta, though, man. Like, Vegeta, he'll go in there and mollywop his opponent.
Yeah.
But then at the last second, he gets slumped.
I think he got some redemption in the Tournament of Power with Topo.
Yeah.
Damn,
Topo.
tripping.
Yeah.
But I understand what you're saying. You know, he didn't kill Frieza, he didn't kill Cell, he didn't kill Majin Buu, but
he gave him a run for their money though.
Yeah. I mean, he gave them all hands, but he didn't make the finishing blow.
If you look at it, man, Vegeta don't have no legit W until he fought Topo. If you think about it, man.
Ooh. Well, he killed the Ginyu Force.
Yeah, he did take out Captain Ginyu in that new.
He killed Zarbon and Dodoria. He killed Android 19. But yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
His W's don't really amount for a lot.
He got a little W.
Yeah, when you see like Gohan,
he ain't got no capital W.
Super Saiyan 2. The Cell Juniors are giving you trouble. Body.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so now let's move on to the actual series. So the series finally starts. The first two sagas of the series are essentially just the movies. But they come out with like a new animation style. This is something that bothered a lot of people. In Dragon Ball Z, the characters were much more buff. And in Super, they're a lot more lean, even in Super Saiyan form. Did that bother you guys at all? Did you even notice it?
No, yeah, I took notice of it. I don't know if it's just because I used to do the football weightlifting, and then from that, fast forward, I'm doing a little cage fighting, and that teaches you that leaner muscle makes you move faster.
Exactly.
You can still have the pack, but you don't always need to do the straight, I guess, bulkiness, because that will slow you down. Even if you think of like aerodynamics, of course it just slow you down. So I actually took mad respect for it. So that actually made me, I guess, more inclined to watch the show once it hit.
Wow.
So I was just like, okay,
Yeah,
they're doing something better.
I had no problem with it because I felt like, that's how it's supposed to be. Because look, you can look at it by age. Even with real people, it's like, okay, like when we was in high school, we worried about getting big.
Right.
Worried about like between then and now, we worry about getting big. But as you get older, man, you can't hold that weight. So you got to lose the weight so you can still be efficient.
Exactly.
Just like LeBron James. He was skinny. He came in, he got big. He was like 270 playing for the Heat. And then now he like 250.
Yeah.
But
Quote, unquote.
still doing the same thing. That's just how I looked at it. So I liked it.
Wow.
I had no problem with it.
See, y'all looked into it a lot more deeper than I did. And so, like, I noticed it, but it didn't bother me. Like, it didn't bother me to the point where I felt like I had to comment on it. Like, I was just like, oh, okay, they're slimmer. And that was it. Like, it didn't bother me. Because, like, people...
Different artists run it.
Yeah, people were like, Super Vegeta, he was so jacked up, and now, he turned Super Saiyan God, and he's just those little skinny. I'm just, who cares? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My opinion, but... And so this series was one of the first series that came out with simultaneous dubs and subs that I remember. I have the Funimation and the Crunchyroll app, so I can watch, right when they drop it, I can watch the sub version, and then I can watch the dub version, which is what I did. Obviously, the dub version was like way behind, but you guys watched this in subbed, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something after you watch... sub the original, and then you try to come back to it dubbed, and it doesn't have the same punch in my aspect. Like
I absolutely agree.
Even scenes where it's just a straight, like I guess an exchange of just one punch just to test somebody's power, it's gonna feel different versus it dubbed and subbed. And once I found that out, subbed all the way. I was just like, I don't need to test it anymore.
But so for Dragon Ball Z, you watched that all dubbed, right?
I originally, yes.
And then you went back and watched the sub?
Went back, watched the sub, and I was just like, it's a different hit. Even when you go back and watch Dragon Ball when they were kids. Different, like even just, I guess, the punchlines hit differently.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay, I see the humor.
Yeah.
What about you, Joc?
I'd rather just like it sound with Bright, man, because at the end of the day, man, only thing about it, I do like watching the English version at times just because it's like, okay, that's what I'm used to, so I like that. But watching the other version, I like that too, because at the end of the day, it's more real. It's more impactful.
Yeah.
You feel me? But the English version, I like that too. So I really wouldn't matter. It all depends which comes first, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But the only thing I like about the original version is just the fact how their voices sound. Like they sound more mediocre than what they do instead of you get me like Goku doesn't sound like
he would look like he doesn't sound like he looks essentially.
Exactly. But when in the English version, Goku sounds okay. That's how Goku sounds. If I close my eyes, that's Goku.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel.
I feel you. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm partial to both. Like you, Bright. Like I watched the entire series dubbed first on the what do they call it? The Toonami version.
Okay.
So I got to see with all the great music because and that's one thing that I don't like about the Dragon Ball Z sub is that the music is totally different.
Yeah, the intros and the background sounds.
Yeah, and that's huge stuff to me. I Vegeta's theme, like Hell's Bells. Anytime he's on the scene and I don't hear that, I'm just like, it's just not the same.
Where are we at?
But yeah.
You're like, where are we at?
So after the first two sagas wrapped up, there was the Universe 6 saga that came up next. What was your like initial impression of the series? Because sure, they threw in a few fillers in, but for the most part, it was just movie 1 and movie 2 at that point. Did you guys like the series?
Wait, hold on.
Super.
So you're saying of Super once they were about to start, I guess that
once
first
they were
tournament,
really about to start the series, essentially,
okay.
because it
And
took them
they
like
got done with
Yeah.
somewhat done with the training under Whis and whatnot. Okay,
yeah.
it was all right. It was interesting because it showed a different form, I guess, of Goku not having to always be so physical, but taking it slow during his training to just focus on the slow steps. And then, like, even when they introduced the new Saiyans, and even, like, characters like Hit, it showed flaws in what they were, told from the stump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, you do this wrong, this is what's going to happen. And here you go. You got Hit, who just bodied Vegeta, and he's coming for body number 2 on Goku.
Yeah. That like tournament between 6 and 7 was like that to me. That's kind of what like really got me invested in the series because I mean I'm a fan. I'm going to watch, sure, but this tournament between Universe 6 and 7 it introduced, like you said, the Saiyans. It introduced Frost, introduced Hit, and Hit. This guy, I thought that he was going to be the one to beat Jiren. I'm not gonna lie. Like when Hit was doing his thing against Jiren and he had him stopped, I was like, all right, finally get this guy out of here. And then of course that didn't happen. But tell me, let's talk about that little tournament. What'd you think of it? For me, the highlight is obviously Goku going Super Saiyan, Kaioken Blue, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But what are your memories about that tournament?
Well, first off, man, when they introduced Universe 6, I was just like, yo, who would have thought there was a whole nother universe of fighters?
Yeah, there's multiple universes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even thought that. And then, second thing I thought is, Beerus, you got a brother?
You know what I'm saying?
You got a brother? Yo.
You the one that keeps eating, but
Yeah,
you the one
man.
that's actually fat. You
Yeah,
know?
man. And it was just a fact. But how they had that tournament set up, like I said, man, it was just crazy. Like I said, with the other Saiyans, it's like, okay, there's more Saiyans out there. And then information that they had about the Saiyan, like Kabuto, Vegeta, and their universe, it all made sense to Vegeta and everything added up. So that's how I felt about it. I was like, okay, new information, so now it's interesting. So now we can really get down.
And even at that point, the Saiyans couldn't even transform. Like, they couldn't even go Super Saiyan. Like, they were essentially useless in the grand scheme of things anyway.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously, Hit was, like, the guy. I mean, he's their strongest fighter. I don't care about Kefla or, what's the fusion? Is it Kefla, right? Cauliflower and KO. Yeah, it's Kefla.
Yeah,
But they weren't even in that part of the tournament.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, but,
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cheesy how they had that little, I guess, saying that they told them, feel the energy in your back, and then...
yeah!
But,
And let it roll up.
yeah,
Like,
but I was just like, all they had to say was just listen, just get angry, you know what I'm saying? Picture that one you love, dead, boom, you know, spark. But that was cheesy and fast forward.
Yeah, because...
But it did show off some of their potential, and they had some crazy potential.
Right. And like, I want to touch on that. So, Cauliflower, whatever, however you say her name, Caulifla, she was leveling up too quick. No, not the fusion, just the girl. The one that would actually fight.
Yeah.
She was a Super Saiyan 2, and she's about to go Super Saiyan. I'm like,
Yeah.
calm down, okay?
And that was after just
like-
first learning about Super Saiyan.
Yeah, like it took Goku and everybody years, and she was just doing it like it was nothing. I'm just like, God.
I had no problem with that because it was a fact, like, okay, Goku, Vegeta, they transform off of pain.
Yeah.
Off pain, the struggle, you know. But with them in that universe, it's like, okay, like, they've been training so hard, they've been beating people, you feel me? They got a whole lot of W's underneath their belt. So it's like, okay, we already at that level, so let's put it this way, if I already done did everything I could base, that means to transform, it should be like that. Just because I done trained for this, so I should already be there. That's how I feel. But
okay,
like I said,
yeah, I didn't rationalize it that way. But go ahead, Bright.
No, me, I was just like, it made sense. Because like he said before that you got, what's Kaba? Kaba was telling Vegeta all this information about how they're the strong race, they protect the universe, you know, they're the protectors, you know what I'm saying? So it shows that, okay, the Saiyans got to doing something more than just taking over planets and selling it. So I was just like, okay, so if they never knew that they could go Super Saiyan off of Intel and they were just doing regular, you know, punching my ticket at 7 o'clock like a normal, you know, pig, you know, you just thinking, okay, whatever. But now you're seeing this guy that kind of resembles you if you get a little older.
Yeah.
Kaba meets Vegeta and he's just like, how do you not know how to go Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
What are you playing? I just seen Gohan do it at a younger age than you, and he cracked Super Saiyan too.
And look,
So it's
Goten and Trunks, they were both
yeah,
way younger.
same thing,
Yeah.
and they were even younger.
yeah. Another thing I like too, man, it was the fact when they was fighting and Vegeta told Kaba like, "Yo, if you don't turn Super Saiyan right now, I will go to your universe and destroy your planet."
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy about it. You could tell somebody bluffing, but Vegeta, but he been doing it since the age of 6. Since the age of 6, man.
Yeah.
So it's like, and he like 40 something in that time period. So it's like, okay, yo, I've been doing this since I stopped doing this when I was like our age right now, like 22, 25, around that age. So it's like, man, I've been doing this. I'm Prince Vegeta. So it's like, for you not to be no Super Saiyan, you disgracing me just to be called a Saiyan.
Yeah. It's funny that Kaba ended up calling him Master and like looks up to him. I think that's so funny. Like even in the Tournament of Power, like Kaba didn't want to beat him or fight him. I'm just like, bro, like your universes are on the line here. Like that doesn't matter. But yeah, I thought it was funny. And then so we kind of touched on it earlier, but Hit is the assassin of Universe 6. He's their strongest fighter. He has the power to stop and start time. I don't know. His powers aren't really clear. They call it time skip. But when I first saw Hit, he fought Vegeta first, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought Vegeta, and poor Vegeta, he just got destroyed. And then, Goku kind of figured it out, and he was guessing where he was going to be, stuff like that. But Hit, I mean, even without his time skip, he's like super strong. He's like ridiculously strong. But what do you guys think of Hit and like his power, like his ability to manipulate time?
Hit to me was that mix of Cooler meets Piccolo. You know, and that swagger that he had when they were like, oh, he's this assassin. And then when you first see what this assassins do, you're like, oh, he don't play no games. You put a hit out on somebody.
You said Cooler and Piccolo?
Yeah, like if you saw the mix of them.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, and it's just
I like that, though.
But Hit, it's straight to the point. Like, from his title to what he does, like, everything's letting you know that he catches bodies.
Yeah.
Doesn't waste any time. Even broke out that 1-inch punch and showed you how it hits. You know what I'm saying?
That was crazy, too, yeah.
Yeah. Hit, like I said, that's one of my favorite characters, man. And me and Bright were just talking about this the other day. I said, Hit, out of all the characters in Dragon Ball Z, he's not one of the strongest.
You don't think so?
Nah, man. But he's top 3 best martial artists. Hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
Hand-to-hand combat.
I mean, but that's because he has time skip.
Huh?
That's because he has the time skip.
If you take away the time skip, man, look at his combo. Look at his form, man. You feel me?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, if you look at it, like, even when we play, I don't know if you play Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Mm-hmm. You play Xenoverse?
1 and 2.
Okay. So, look, on Xenoverse 2, play with Hit and watch his hand combination. Don't use none of his time skip.
Okay.
He gonna eat. Yeah.
It's always faster. Yeah, always faster.
And he always... Go ahead, Brian.
I think that, like, how fast he moves his hands led to the development of his time skip.
Yeah.
And, like, from that, he was just like, oh.
Did y'all see the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie?
Yes.
So Goku can kind of do it. Y'all saw when he like did that weird time skip thing? It wasn't like a time skip, but he like froze Broly. And like I didn't get what that was.
They said it was like
A god move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a god keyhole or something like that. When I guess it's like you capture somebody.
Yeah.
So they're
I
just
don't know,
making
like
stuff
an
up now.
invisible barrier. I don't know, but
I mean, it was cool. Don't get me wrong. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I was just like, that didn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, man.
he's trying to hold an 8 back. You know what I'm saying? This man's going crazy. That's a bad idea.
See, I want to talk about that whole Broly movie, man, because that movie was going crazy, man.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
But yeah, but with him, like I said, you may say he's one of the strongest. Like I said, I understand you say I'm not knocking him. He is strong though, but when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, like he's an assassin first of all. And if you see any movie, whether it's Dragon Ball Z or just a regular assassin movie like Jason Bourne, assassins got the hands and they going straight combos and everything. And they, no matter what, they going off a reflex. Mm-hmm. That's how hit goes. And to think about it, he knocked Vegeta out quick.
Yeah.
And that's
not too many people could do that. Even though Vegeta, he never had like a big W against a super character, it's still the fact he knocked out Vegeta quick. Jiren didn't even do that. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's why I say he may not be like top 5 strongest in Dragon Ball, but when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, he gotta be behind Goku.
Wow.
Gotta be, man. Maybe, like I said, because you can't put Vegeta over him. We seen that firsthand.
Yeah, maybe. So now we're introduced to the Super Dragon Balls, and obviously the name of the show is Dragon Ball, but to me, this is one of the most ridiculous things that was like introduced. Why are there Dragon Ball's biggest planets that just like, what are they, just float in space until somebody comes to get them, and then only gods can summon the Super Dragon? I just thought it was like super ridiculous, but the show's called Dragon Ball, so I get it. There has to be Dragon Balls, but yeah, what'd you think about that, Bright?
I just thought it was some crap loophole. I'm gonna be honest. I was just like, well, they had to give us something. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to figure out what they're fighting for. Like, what can everybody fight for? You put all these universes on the line. A Super Dragon Ball. There it is. Just make it the Dragon Balls, but make them grander. And it normally does come down to it. It was like this thing all revolving around the Dragon Balls and how this boy finds this woman meeting the dragon. And boom, now you got Dragon Ball Z.
Sure.
Dragon Ball. And now Dragon Ball Super.
I guess.
Yeah. Not really a fan of the Super Dragon Ball because at the end of the day, you still only getting one wish. Mm-hmm. And me personally, I just go back to Namek and get 3 wishes at the end of the day.
Yeah, but so like I think the way they explained that though is that the wishes can only be as strong as the dragon is or something. So like with the Super Dragon Balls, you can wish back universes, but with the Namekian Dragon Balls, you could probably only wish back a world or two. I don't know.
Just that one planet.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't want to spend too much time on that. I just wanted to bring them up because I thought it was like super ridiculous. So the next saga is the Future Trunks saga. So they brought back my favorite character, Future Trunks. For some reason, they made his hair blue and they didn't explain it. They did some weird things, like Emperor Pilaf and Mai and Shu were like kids. Yeah. They didn't explain that at all. But yeah, Future Trunks had blue hair and Kid Trunks still had purple hair. I was just like, what's happening? Yeah. But yeah, did that bother you guys as much as it bothered me?
The blue hair.
I hated it. Like, I was posting on Twitter. I'm like, yo, like, what's going on? Like, Toriyama, answer me.
Yeah, you get used to the purple hair. And what I thought it was that because you had Bulma with her blue hair meets this Saiyan that has potential of the blonde hair. I thought that was what it, some crap like that. But it didn't turn out to be that way.
No.
It was just like, oh, now he just looks like his mom. Yeah, that's Bulma's kid. It's just, doesn't it look like Trunks? And,
I mean... Sure, but that's not how he was introduced to me.
And what about Kid Trunks? Doesn't Kid Trunks have like purple hair or something like that? Yeah. So what is it, like an age thing? Y'all might be thinking.
I'll be real with you.
You see what I'm saying?
What I think it's just a fact, man. Only explanation I got for that is they 2 different Trunks, man.
From like what, different universes?
No, different timelines. Because you remember, he changed the past.
Okay.
So I felt like if that's the case, that's probably the best way to explain it and just leave it at that. Cause
Okay.
But Bulma's hair is still the same, even with that change.
that
You know
is
what I
true
mean?
though. But like I said, Trunks is from the future.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he changed the past, and think about how much time went in between. That's not the same Trunks from the same timeline. It's like Trunks. I feel like that's Trunks that was in Dragon Ball Z. I feel like this is like Trunks like 2-3 years later, future Trunks 2-3 years later with a different timeline.
Okay.
Went back and that's why I feel
And
like.
this is that show.
I mean,
that-
but-
Yeah, cause look, cause he went Super Saiyan 2. He went
I get
Super
that.
Saiyan 2, but back then he didn't go Super Saiyan 2.
I get what
But
he's
no,
saying.
no, that can't be right because he had memories of them. Like he brought up things that happened, and even
Yeah.
in those flashbacks, he had purple hair. So it didn't make any sense. It was just I don't know.
Oh, see,
It's
I
just,
didn't think about the flashbacks.
yeah,
You're right.
it was just that's just a continuity error. I don't know why they did that. But they did introduce more gods, quote unquote. They introduced Zamasu and Goku Black. So like I remember when this saga started, there was supposed to be like a lot of suspicion about who Goku Black really is because he looks just like Goku, but he's not Goku. And then when they finally revealed that it's just Zamasu from a different, was it a universe, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, timeline, like he said.
It was a different timeline, yeah. Okay. See, like all this timeline, universe crap, I was just like, come on, man.
They're dabbling.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I was disappointed, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say this saga was like the weakest to me out of all of them that are in the Super series. But yeah, what do you guys think of like the saga as a whole?
I was really
I
hoping,
also, like you said, I thought it was a waste of time if it wasn't going to show the potential of, what was it, Vegito? Mm-hmm. As Super Saiyan Blue, then what was the point? They gave the W to Trunks, who was getting bodied. his whole Earth went, and he was getting bodied countless times.
Yeah.
But now he's getting a W. I was just like, they wasted a time period when they could have just skimmed over it. And I think another thing that would have changed is if you changed Goku's come up, like if it wasn't Zamasu taking over the body, rather as like Goku without him, I guess, coming to Earth. Even that would have changed. Okay, now you got Goku doing what he was supposed to do as a Saiyan, taking over planets, going home. But I don't know. It was just that was a disappointment. It was definitely a filler all the way
I
through.
agree.
Dang.
about you, John?
Honestly, I liked it, but there were some parts I was highly upset about. Like, first of all, Goku Black.
Yeah.
I was really hoping and praying that it was Goten.
Wow. That was Goten.
I was hoping it was Goten. I was
cool.
like, yo, Goten, what are you? You going Super Saiyan Rose? Like,
Yeah.
Goten, where did this come from? But
He
I
don't
was
know his
disappointed.
dad no more. He also
Yeah.
had daddy issues.
And also, like I said with Vegito, man, like Vegito didn't even last that long.
Yeah.
Which was highly upsetting. Now, how Trunks handled it, I kind of like that because at the end of the day, it showed Trunks get his shine, but I was like, so how you get your shine? But your daddy didn't.
Oh, and you know what's funny actually about Trunks? And this is a big ups to your favorite character, Julian. This man does catch bodies for his dad, if you notice it.
Yeah.
So even though Vegeta might get that huge L, Trunks would go back and clean it up, and he has. Even in his own timeline, he went back and punished the androids after they killed his pops, and also broke his arm in the other one.
And also, what I didn't like about it, I didn't like the fact that really I want to say something else. I liked when Goku and Trunks, when they trained, Goku went Super Saiyan 3. I like that. But when Trunks versus Vegeta, how they made Trunks, they made Trunks look bad on that one.
Yeah.
And then also, what I didn't like is the fact that how they kept having to go back from the future to the past. They did that several times, man. I didn't like that.
Yeah, because they kept getting beat. Yeah, I mean, and my feelings kind of echo what you guys are saying. Some highlights was obviously the Vegito fusion was a highlight. Seeing him go Super Saiyan Blue, seeing him do the Big Bang Kamehameha or whatever he calls it. Seeing Trunks have his moment when he turned Super Saiyan 2 and his eyes went white. That was cool. But the series was largely forgettable, in my opinion. I mean, that saga anyway.
Yeah.
And towards the end, we're introduced to Zeno, and we got an early introduction to him in the Universe 6 saga, but this is like the first time we've actually seen him do anything. And like he comes down and he like literally destroys the entire universe to end it. I want to hit on one thing here. So in this saga, when they found out that Zamasu was the one causing all this, Goku and Beerus and Whis went to Universe 7's Zamasu, and they confronted him. And Beerus walked up to him. No. Zamasu was about to kill Goku. He had his little hand sword thing. Yeah. And Beerus caught him, and he was like, mm-mm. And he just destroyed him. That was real cool, in my opinion. But, yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, I did like Goku Black, though. I did like, even though if it wasn't Goten, but I did like it just because of the fact that man, he went there and handled business. But the whole thing with the few Zanos, I really wasn't a fan. But but Goku Black on his own, he put in work. Like he came, he saw, he conquered. To be honest with you, by himself, made a whole new form for himself and everything. So learned from Goku and perfected his craft. Well, every time they went back in the past, he perfected his self, how to use the body, man.
Right. So
I did like that.
Yeah. So just a few follow-up questions to wrap it up here. From all the sagas that we've discussed, I know that the sagas we talked about from Dragon Ball Z and A Tournament of Power, but do any of these stick out to you that we just talked about as being good Dragon Ball Super sagas?
Mine definitely is that final Tournament of Power. Just because everybody, in some way, form, or fashion, got a form of respect that shined.
Yeah.
Piccolo over the Universe's Six's Namekians.
Ooh.
That was crucial because
that was nice.
That special beam.
Yeah, that came with the background of Goku and Gohan doing their Super Kamehameha. And it's just like those are two other fights going on, and you go back and you're like, yo, but Master Roshi just went out like a G2.
Yeah.
He just caught a few bodies.
Yo, that jump was sad. Like I thought Master Roshi died. I was like, oh, okay.
Listen, I was just like the old man.
Yeah.
Call it. That's the end of the tournament. Somebody's dead.
Yeah. I don't know. Whoever would have killed him would have got disqualified. But yeah. So as far as like spoilers go, I try my absolute best to stay away from any spoilers. I don't read the manga for that particular reason. What about you guys? Do y'all like to read the manga?
Me, I know since the modern day that we live in, spoilers are gonna happen in some form or fashion. But I do try to limit it just because I do like that aspect of a surprise. You know what I mean? So me limiting myself, it does help when the anime drops on that Saturday or that Sunday, whatever day it is. And you're just like, okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect it to end like that. But that leads to something nice.
Exactly. Yeah. What about you, Joc?
I really did not. If I had a manga or if I found a website, I might look into it, but I mean, some of the way Dragon Ball Super is turning, as epic as it is, man, why need spoilers?
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, like take for example, I could watch some of the scenes over all day and never get tired of it. Like take for example, Goku versus Kefla. Like how he hit that finishing move. I'll never forget how I seen that. Well, I seen that, but I hopped up. I was like, oh my God. Like,
gotta play it back.
Yeah.
Gotta play it back.
Like you just see him just slide to the left.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Yo,
he break
man.
it down like that.
And then it's even when he went Ultra Instinct for the first time, which was crazy. Just a lot of stuff that, and then the fact when he mastered it, when he mastered it, and all the gods of destruction stood up. Like that's a sign of respect, man. That's a sign of respect. So it's just like the greater content that they have. I don't need spoilers. I'll just wait for it because the way they had this tournament of power setup is like, okay, all right. If you was no Dragon Ball Z fan then, guarantee you are now, man. You're gonna be waiting, man. And if you cheat yourself by looking for a spoiler, man, that's on you, man.
Yeah. And yeah, the funny thing is, I made sure to include this question because today on Twitter, there's been leaks about how the Super Series is about to come back this July. And there's supposed to be like an official announcement maybe at the end of April or something like that. But I don't know. I kind of just stumbled into it and I was just like, damn. Because I didn't want to see it. I hate spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it is sometimes, I guess. All right, guys. So, dang, it's been an hour. Okay. So, I have some final trivia questions for you guys. So, I have some clips prepared that I'm going to play for you. Crap. You didn't see that, did you, Bright?
No.
Don't look at that.
Well, this is when I wish I had like that pilot vision, you know what I'm saying?
All right. So, the name of the game is I'm just going to play a clip. I'm going to let the clip play. Maybe 10 or 15 seconds. You guys just need to tell me what part of the series is from. Give me something to help identify it, okay?
Okay, for sure.
All right. I'm going to give you about 10 or 15 seconds.
All right.
Welcome to the end of your life, and I promise it's going to hurt.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna guess that Majin Sega, probably when he's fighting that first guard that's like maybe in the white. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna guess.
that's your guess? Okay. What about you?
Dang. See, I want to say the Majin when he just went Majin Vegeta, when he went Super Vegeta, but I feel like that was an Android series, man. When the Android first came to before 17 and 18 came.
Mm-hmm.
When
he's fighting Android 19?
Yeah, and Dr. Giro version of the Android. I feel like that's when it was.
Yeah, no, Bright's right.
Hey!
This is when Vegeta was fighting Pui Pui. He was about to destroy this guy. All right, so I got one more. Or two more, sorry.
Nobody kills Kakarot while I'm around. Destiny has reserved that pleasure for me.
All right, what about that one?
You want to go first, yeah?
Oh, I don't know, man, because it's like, dang, I done heard Vegeta
Do you know what it
that
is, Brian?
several times.
I think
man.
so, bro.
I done
That's
heard
why I
that
let him
several
go.
times, man. Dang, man, I done heard Vegeta say that several times.
It's real close to what you had said before. I'll give you that hint.
And I feel like it is, but like I said, I done heard him say that so many. Don't nobody kill Kakarot but me.
Right. It was
Yeah, man, it might be in that Android series. I'm just still with it, man.
Okay, what about you, Bright?
I want to say that's when he got back on the scene and he stops Goku from getting killed from 19.
Yeah. Yeah, this is from the episode Upgrade to Super Saiyan, when Vegeta finally turned Super Saiyan, yeah.
Okay.
The boot, bro.
Yeah.
Boot.
Oh yeah. He said you gonna hold on?
Yeah.
He said, okay.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. All right, next one.
Yet another fighter you could have saved.
Okay, what about this one?
Yeah, that's a Gohan with that boy Cell.
Super Saiyan 2. Fantastic stuff.
You gotta snap, boy.
Yeah. He just need that one little push. Yeah, man. That's the scene right there. Right after he killed, was it Android?
16.
16, yeah. Right when he killed 16, man.
All right,
Hey,
last one.
Hold on. Before you
Go
play
ahead.
that, I just thought about something, man. So, isn't Cell part of Frieza? Isn't
Frieza's
he got
part of Cell.
Frieza's
Yeah.
part of Cell.
That explains how he got that idea of giving a little push. Because Frieza always did that.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I just thought
Especially
about that
after
right
watching
now.
Broly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
You're about to find out what it's like to fight a real Super Saiyan. And I'm not talking about Goku. What?
See, I kind of gave this one away.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously that's Future Trunks coming on the scene.
Yeah.
First time debut.
Right. Good stuff. All right, guys. Appreciate you two fellas coming on. We
No
have
problem,
been here
man.
for about an
Yes.
hour. Had a lot of fun. Talked about a lot of stuff.
Definitely.
We'll have to do this again. We'll have to go in depth with the Tournament of Power. And yeah, appreciate you guys coming on, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no
Hey,
doubt,
thank
man.
you for having us.
Yeah,
man.
appreciate
Seriously.
that.
Alrighty. Thank you so much to Bright and Joc for coming on this week, man. You guys were awesome. I love talking about anime. I love Dragon Ball. So thank you guys for helping me out with this week. Thank you to everybody that listened to today's episode of the Current Era Pod. Remember, guys, you can follow me on Instagram at Jules. That's JOUL3S. You can also email me directly at currenterapod@yahoo.com if you have questions. Or, you know, if you want to ask me if you want to ask me anything, you can ask me things about life, marriage, basketball, whatever, guys. I'm here. Email me, and I will answer your questions on the podcast. Thank you again to my guests, Bright and Joc. You guys killed it. And that's all, guys. I'm signing off for the day. I'll see you on Monday.